GT Sport, and this evening we are at Monza. So this evening, as always, will be 5-minute quali, and then 2 15-minute races. First one will be as quali. Oh, there's a reason why they're a restart. Lennon has, yeah, so that cough. It took me all of about a second as I went on Boba Lennon, and then yeah. To answer T. Smith's question, is Lennon a spastic? I shall confirm he is, as he has decided to, as everyone else is in the GAN, that he would decide to be a bit special. So, yeah. I'm assuming we shall be resetting the qualifying back up. Just thought they'd give it a little bit more time. That would have been nice, I think. To get set up, there we go. Can always use Lennon as a scapegoat. Very special. So anyway, after a slight interruption to the beginning of this evening. Yeah, so as I said, we've got those 2 races, second race is reverse grid, and the third race is reverse championship of that, and the third race is the main race. Obviously, as always, there'll be no fuel or tyre wear for the first 2 races, and in the third race we will have tyre wear, but there will be no fuel wear. But as we saw from last week, the tyre wear isn't particularly bad at all. So I had a little bit of strategy into it, but still, it's quite an easy one to stop. And it's medium tyres, if I remember right, entirely for race 3. I'm just convinced that Charlie guarantees that Lennon does not have the car. Honestly, wouldn't surprise me. No, I think, to be honest, if I go look in my garage, I think I have everything. I think anything could be out of the car. So I'm amazed that he doesn't, but it's Lennon, so a bit past him. But yeah, we'll have 5 minutes quality, so it'll be 2 laps. Just about 2 laps, actually. You can get 2 laps if you can hurry up. Get a bit of a move on it, you need to. Putting into the chat that he's a spastic, basically. So just confirm that for us. Not that we need any confirmation. But anyway, we're all used to this with Lennon. It's nothing new, this. Nothing at all. Just regular FTRL. So this evening, I think we've not got a Mikey, but everyone else we've got. I've got Bread. Ooh, go Mikey. Oh, yawning already. Good start. Bread, who is joining us once again as a reserve, and he's currently doing the tracking with us, so we to learn the tracking, I guess. Not that anyone needs to learn Monza. Unsafely. It's also it'll be a bit of a slipstream fest, I'd imagine, these 2 races. Not helped by the fact that the McGann's aren't sure how quick the cars are on the straight line actually. I know race 3 in particular, there'll be certain cars that are much quicker on the straights than others. So definitely be a few that if they lose that block by a slipstream, then they'll really struggle to get back up, I would imagine. Cars like the BMW are not massively quick in a straight line. There's a couple of other cars I think off the top of my head, but yeah, not particularly quick in a straight line. So those are the drivers that might struggle a little bit this evening. But it's kind of the nature of the way it goes. A couple of tracks that will suit certain cars slightly and others, and then you come to the tracks that have a lot more tight and twisted sections, such as baffles, and the cars that might go rapid here might not be as nice around there. So 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, really. You know, definitely cars that suit this track a lot more than others. As you can see, we're very PC here at FTRL, as always. And Aaron's very close. Oh, it's a very, very basic livery we've got here from Lennon. Lennon's got that white privilege, I think, here. Livery on that car. Anyway, right, hopefully your second time lucky. Let's get the show on the road. Five minutes, as I said. Actually get 2 laps, so we get to move on. Get to hurry on. See. Yes, we're well aware. Thanks, Lennon. Well aware. Right, okay, so I say soft tyres for everyone. Seems last most of them. Liveries, well, that began this year. It's a relatively straightforward car. Some cars are more difficult than others to get liveries on. Some absolutely horrendous ones. The VGT was awful this section. There's a couple of cars that are really, really bad. I struggle to put liveries on them because they're just not very nice. But these cars are much more pleasant to put liveries onto, and the liveries are really nice this season. Let's have a little look. What I'm expecting Paul to be elsewhere. I'm fully expecting the usual suspects to be up near the top. So Aaron, Pagani, Roll, SBY, possibly unsafe release, Weber, who seems to have joined that elite group on a more regular basis. So I apologise in advance if I yawn quite a few times throughout this stream. For some reason I'm very tired today. To apologise in advance. Is the case. Now here we go, Aaron starts his first lap and he'll be down the straight for 6 seconds yet. 154 miles an hour before he brakes into the first chicane. Down into second gear. Nice legs, a little bit of a curb. Power on as quickly as humanly possible. And outbound Corby Grande. Into the next chicane he goes. A little corner mists, where a lot of people tend to go off. Make a bit of a mess of, especially on the exit. Rob in the background, and now he heads towards Lesmo's. First Lesmo, using the curb on the outside. Second Lesmo, speed up all the way down the straight as they head towards Parabolic. Oh, not Parabolic, is that? I'm having a mental bit there. As he enters the corner, 4th gear, accelerates out, and nicely does it. Now he heads towards Parabolica. Surrender using a lot of the track on the exit, and he will be the first to set a time. It's going to be a 1:55 flat. Rom beats him 1:54.9, SBY 55.3. Blue flag 56.78, Peterman's at 55.9, Feber 54.8, Feber currently on provisional pole from Rom, Aaron, then it's T Smith, SBY, unsafe for release, positive for Ross, P7, Pagani's down in P9, so up to Pagani, but this is everyone's last lap, so going to be an issue. Imagine for some of them here, there's only going to have one more lap. So if you messed up your first lap, you've got an issue. Feber Beeper, 4.5 temps up to the first sector. So if he can keep that up, he's very close to the back of Pagani. This could be pole position coming for Feber here. Oh dear. That didn't help at all. I think we were to have that in front of him, but we shall see what he come up with in the second sector. He will have lost a little bit of time, I would imagine, in the second sector. Oh, he's lost it all near enough. Depends if he got slipstream in that last sector in the last lap. Nicely, anyway. Rom and Aaron coming round. Aaron's not improved. Rom has improved, 34.7. So the time to beat now is SUI says a 55.2. We still have the provisionally P4 at the moment. Positive Ross improves, 55.5. Someone's in the barriers at the end, and I'm sure red, I think. 56.2, the blue flag. Fever does improve, but not enough, sadly, to beat Rom, but he gets P2. Pagani disappointing down in P10. I think that is everyone. Is it everyone? It is indeed. So, right, we've got a couple of shocks here. We've got Rom and Feber P1 and P2. Pagani's away down in P10. Lee's away down the order as well. So, a lot of people out of order, out of position here by quite a bit. But I imagine it's going to be very close this race throughout. Lennon down in P15 as well. Well, bear in mind, Lennon didn't even know what the bloody car was, so it's not surprised me particularly, must say. But here we go for race 1. And Rom leads us away from Feber. Same starts as you would expect, being in the same car. Feber hasn't been the greatest start somehow, and he has actually been overtook by SBY now, who's in the slipstream of Rom. Feber is going to get squeezed here. Round the outside, he is in P3 still, so he's still ahead of Aaron, but SBY is nipped through to P2 and is having a look at Rom in the process. Unsafe release is having a battle with Aaron for P4, and as they go round Cover Grande, is unsafe release who is ahead now of Aaron, P4, Ross is P6, behind him comes T Smith, who's lost a couple of positions, I think. Peakman's P8 and Pagani's P9. It's Nobby Norris. The battle, blue flag is off into the gravel on the outside on the exit of that chicane. So Rom leads us through the first of the Lesmos into the second Lesmo. It goes from SVY and Fever are your top three. Unsafe releases already badgering the back of Fever Bieber for P3. Unsafe releases right in the slipstream of them, but Fever still has slipstream obviously of SVY at this early stage. So unsafe release might have to sit back and wait for a little bit. Let's think it's been a ballsy move down the inside as they go through a Scary now. And everyone seems to be going through very nicely at the moment, not having any issues. Oh, everyone in our line. Now there'll be a change of the leads here as Unsafe Release is trying to get past Fever. Fever's holding it round the outside at the moment. Now, I think Unsafe Release will have that little bit of slipstream now, so that's why Unsafe Release is now pulling ahead ever so slightly. Under pressure here from Aaron, possibly Fever. Is he going to go down the inside? He kind of is, but Fever's holding it. Bit of a battle as SY gets past Rom, and Unsafe trying to get past Rom in the process. There's a little bit of argy-bargy going on the exit of turn 1, and Unsafe Release is holding that position at the moment. He's got past Rom at the moment. They cannot let SBY get away though, and at the moment they are letting SBY get away here. He's 1 second now. Can't let him get away too much here, so they'll struggle. It's a battle between Rom and Fever. P3. Fever has got back in front now for P3. Aaron's having to drop down to P5. He's battling Rom now. Having a little look is Aaron trying to get past in the background is T Smith with this one, and then Positive Ross. Pagani's moved his way up to P8. So battle top 8. Have a look at the battle for the lead. It's 9.5 tenths at the moment. So they really do need to close that. Can't stress how important that is. If SBY gets away here, they'll struggle to close him down out slipstream. Possibly Fever still trying to hold off from Rom. Really pushing him round a Scary. Very, very tight this already as Fever's picked up a second penalty already. And Unsafe Release is nearly back in slipstream range. He's very, very close to it. It's Fever that is on the defensive again here as Rom pops himself down the inside of Parabolica. He's trying to hold it around the outside as Fever. Aaron's there as well. Side by side they go onto the main straight. In the background there's T Smith as well, Positive Ross and Pagani. So it's Aaron, Fever and T Smith at the moment, and Rom are very close together. Rom is currently ahead at the moment. T Smith is trying to get past. I think that's Fever Bieber there as well. He gets a little bit close in towards turn 1. They're all keeping a nice respectable distance from each other as Rom wins out from Aaron, Fever, then T Smith. In that order, then Ross, then Pagani is P7, P8, Peatman is P9, then it's Lee Cole P10. Blue Flag is sitting comfortably in P11 at the moment. Lennon with a very, very plain livery in P12. Think is P13, then it's Bread, and then Nobby Norris has had a couple of moments for the look of it. SVY is definitely not out of slipstream anymore. It's had a half a second. Well, Unsafe Release is clear of Rom for the time being. So they need to work as a team here if they want to claw back these two. As they need to get about 4 attempts on Unsafe Release to get back in the slipstream and draw them back in towards SUI and Unsafe. Currently it's Rom in P3 from Aaron P4. Fever Bieber is sitting nicely in P5. You've got that 10 rid of T Smith is P6 from Ross behind. And Pagani, Peatman and Lee Call are very close together. These both are teammates. Very close together, and that's Lee getting rid of a bit of a penalty. As you can see, the difference between them is the spoiler at the back is definitely rather. Lime green, these are orange. That's the difference between them. Gary under a bit of pressure from struggling for a bit of pace here. She's enjoying himself right now, yeah. Not sure what's going on. Pagani. Pressure now from Peatman. Peatman's going to go down the inside. There's a battle for the lead going on, but we'll stick with this. A little watch here. Pagani under pressure. So he is going to hold this now by the look of it. He is held that position. What's happening up ahead? Still SVY, who's leading for unsafe. Rom's still not got that gapped out. If anything, it's actually increased by 10. So we really do need to catch back up. It's a little more spread out now at the moment than that was in the very early stages. It's always a track which is very close racing. That's a very, very good first sector from Rom, who has got that gap down to unsafe. Unsafe's had a bit of a dodgy first sector. He's lost a teeny bit of time to SUY, and that's allowed Rom to close back into slipstream range. Just back out again as unsafe is getting a bit of slipstream off SPY, which is drawn him back out again. It really needs SPY to have a couple of dodgy corners possibly, and these two to start fighting a little bit, and then that'll be them right back in the mix. Feber still sitting pretty P5, T-Smith P6. Ross Pagani is holding them off now as it's Peatman, blue flag and Leacock. Blue flag moving himself up to P10 at Ascari. Then we can try and get after as well. Pagani's got away slightly in that battle, but he's 1.5 seconds off of this kind of train for the lead. As Rom is now within slipstream of unsafe and Aaron is within slipstream of Rom, so they're all back together again as one with 7 minutes left of this race. We're over halfway. SBY is currently leading. Was unsafe going to do anything here? This tends to be what happens at Monza. They tend to sit and wait until the very last lap, or the last 2 laps, and then it gets very interesting at the end. Rom's having a look at unsafe here as SUY made a mess of that, which has allowed Rom to get very close to the back of unsafe. But unsafe has got the slipstream, so I think the Rom is just sitting back. This tends to be what happens. Nothing happens in the last 2 laps, it goes into a bit of mayhem. But if I'm honest, it might be a bit of mayhem already. His unsafe releases for us is enough here. SUY's making a couple of mistakes. It's not a corner you go wheel to wheel at. It's done well to keep going wheel to wheel round there, if I'm honest. That could have ended badly, and I think he's held that position SY for the time being. It's not a corner that usually you try and go wheel to wheel at, if I'm honest. Feber's battling with, who's that? Is it T. Smith it is? He's trying to defend. T. Smith trying to hold it round the outside, positive loft just behind these. So we are starting to get a little bit of movement already. If I imagine 3 laps to go of this race. Feber defending nicely as Ross is swept through now to T. Smith. Oh, is that a little bit of contact between T. Smith and Ross, or has Ross just... T. Smith, I'd imagine, would back off, knowing Tom. So I'd imagine it's probably Ross has made a mistake of his own accord, and that's us down to a top 6 then, I'd imagine. So I'd imagine that's just Ross made a mistake on his own. If there's anything to do with him. So 3 laps to go. Here we go. Third last lap. SBY still leads this race, and he has from very early on lap 1. Unsafe release is his closest challenger, and he's pulling to the outside. Rom is in very close proximity as well. And towards turn 1 we go. Rom is trying to go round the outside of Unsafe release. Unsafe release is not going to manage to keep that position. Rom is nipped through on the outside. Unfortunately for Unsafe, they get a very good exit toll, and Rom sweeps through into P2. So try and get past SPY, so you get very close very quickly between these. As T. Smith and Feber go side by side now. Momentary, but it's kind of done on the entry. That move. Ragged on the exit, but T. Smith is up to P5. It's Feber and Pagani. It very much has a top 7 that we expected. SPY, Rom, Unsafe, Aaron, T. Smith, Feber and Pagani. That kind of is your 7 fastest usually, with the inclusion of Ross as well. That's kind of your fastest kind of 8 drivers that seem to always be in the top in the first 2 races. the very least. SY and Rob trying to make a bit of a break for it here from unsafe release and Aaron. Well, it might become a 2-horse race here, this race, in the last few laps. These two start fighting, and then it might bring them back in. But at the moment, it's a 2-horse race. 2 laps to go, just over 2 laps to go. SY holding Rom off for the time being. That gap's ever increasing behind now. It's a second. We really need these two to start fighting, and otherwise it's all over. Now, well, imagine Rom might go for it, or will he wait for the last lap in the last straight? And then that pressure might be in the last few corners. How's Rom going to play this here? As in the background, unsafe release is under pressure from Aaron, who pops himself down the outside. Unsafe release isn't going to defend particularly much, or I don't think he's able to in all honesty. As Aaron sweeps through into P3, Nelly can get a front row ticket to this battle between Rom and SBY for the win at the moment. Wait to see if anything happens between the two of them, though. It starts getting interesting, and it will bring the guys behind back into it. Rom has the fastest lap at the moment with 54.6. You can imagine with quite a bit of slipstream as well. You can see they're like 4 times up through sector 1 sometimes. So it just shows you how much slipstream can be a big difference in lap time. I think if they add slipstream for a whole lap in the round to kind of fly through the whole lap, I think it would be easily into the 53s. Slipstream round here, just cutting the straight. It's going to get very close now. It's under a second to Aaron now, so it's very close. Rom closing in on SBY. When is Rom going to blink? When is he going to make that move? Aaron's still closing in. Can he get back within slipstream range towards this last lap? This is where it's going to get interesting though, into turn 1 of this lap. This next lap, the last lap. Unsafe release very close to the back of Aaron. What's Rom going to do here? He's going to have to go for it this corner, you'd imagine. As they're about to enter onto the final lap here at the first race at Monza, Rom sweeps out. Here we go. Onto the last lap. This is when it always happens at Monza. Pick the time, and here it is for Rom. Down the inside he goes of SUI. It's a drag race down into turn 1. The level. Now Rom takes the lead as he goes in towards turn 1. SUI gives him the room, gives him the place. Now he's going to try and cut back, trying to get a good exit as they enter now towards Curva Grande. Aaron's unsafe release is in back into P3, and they're hovering around slipstream range. If these two keep fighting and bringing those behind back into play, but Rom is currently leading now from SY. SBY will try and come back at him. Rom is on the defensive already. SBY is not quite going to go around the outside. He's not quite got the pace. It's going to be how late do you brake into that chicane, and they're now all back in slipstream range, so it's going to be a drag race to the line. That's most likely, as Rom is ahead and needs to get the best exit out of every corner here onto these straights, and he got a decent, very decent exit there. He got a fabulous exit, but SUY might be under pressure here from unsafe. They're all going to start closing up in towards Rom here, down towards into this next corner. Through Ascari, this is the big corner. Can Rom get a good exit through here? There's a little bit of wiggle through. It wasn't a good exit. SUY's aced it as well, so he's going to get close and towards the final corner. Unsafe's coming as well, so is Aaron, and towards Parabolica they go. SY to regain the lead. Rom goes to the inside. SBY goes round the outside. He's got round the outside at the moment. The wheel to wheel towards the line they go. I think Rom has got this. He has indeed at the moment. SUI gets back from slipstream range, but it's going to be Rom who takes race 1 from SPY. Unsafe release P3, Aaron P4, T Smith P5, Pagani P6, Fever P7, and it's blue flag. Then Peakman P9. Ross wins a bit of a drag race to the line against Len for P10 and P11. As Lee Cole is going to take P12, and Finky is going to take P13, Nobby Norris is going to take P14, and it's going to be Brett who's going to be one finally across the line, and he will take P15 after a bad last lap, but he'll give it to minute 3. So we go, Rom wins a drag race to the line for race 1, and I could have predicted that was going to happen there. Last lap, it always is the same at Monza. They wait until the very last lap before all the moves start coming out and have the battle. There we go, Rom wins race 1. But look, it was another decent race there. Not many incidents. Didn't see really anything, to be honest. Not worthy. Oh, very, very nice battling again. So last week I don't think there was any reports in the stewards either. So it was, as it looked on stream, it was very, very good racing last week, and that looked decent in the first race as well there. So race 2 is going to be a reverse grid. So Rom will start at the back, Brad will start at the front. So it gives opportunities, obviously, to guys near the finish near the back of that race to get some points back, and it's rolling start as well, which also does the same kind of thing with it spreads it out a little bit more. It makes it a little bit more difficult for all the faster guys to get through the pack. It makes it easier for some of the guys to pick up some more points that they wouldn't usually pick up. And it can, as we've seen last week, I imagine we will get some brand new podium setters possibly, or some new winners this season possibly with this race 2. Maybe not so much race 3, because you've got that, I think it's 40 minutes race 3, so you've got a little bit more time to get back through the pack. But this second race, we've got 15 minutes. So, yeah, I do think we'll have some new race winners this season. That's my prediction. But anyway, let's see, we'll be starting very shortly, I imagine. It's a very straightforward race 2 because it's reverse grid. Race 3 needs to be a custom grid though, because it's the first championship. There's a guy at the side of the screen on this. He's got the biggest punched back I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, I know it's a game, but what the hell. It's actually quite frustrating. What the heck? What we see another well, it wasn't a full finish, it was a drag to the line. I imagine we'll probably see another one this race, and someone can make a bit of a breakaway. But with it being reverse grid, I doubt it. So, time to get underway for race 2. I think last week we had 3 different winners. So, will we follow the same path tonight and have 3 different winners? Again, happened a lot last season where it was different winners on the night for each race. And with the new system, I imagine that will happen quite often, I hope. So, yeah, as I said, it will be rolling start. Red will lead us away, and it will go in first grid order, so we'll go back. Same system as last race though. is underway now. Why is he not showing me the details at the bottom? Red leads us into turn 1 then from Nobby Norris, and there is Finky MP3. Lee Cole already picked up on half second penalty shortly. Lennon P5, and very closely followed by Ross already. Ross thinking about a move here. Lennon has got slipstream, so difficult for Ross. I think about a move, or he sit behind. I think he'll sit behind. It does indeed into the chicane as he heads towards the two Lesmos now. Blue flag P7, followed by Diva, and it's Peatman, Pagani, T Smith, Aaron, Unsafe, SY, and Ron is still at the back. So Bread leads us for the first few corners at the very least. Norris and Finky P3. I think that was Ross making a move on Lennon, possibly he is indeed. So Ross moving himself up to P5, then down the onto P6, and Ross has got this covered into all 9 indeed. So Ross moves himself up. Lennon under a little bit of pressure early on. He was already. Trying to make a move on. Very close to the back of. And there, as I get towards Parabolica. There's a lot of slipstreaming in this race, that's for sure. So, difficult to make some moves here, I imagine. As well, the gap behind SPY and Rom. As Rom actually is going to go down the inside at the back of the field, and Rom moves himself up into P14. As Bread has got a 1.4 second gap to end Finky. Lee is under pressure from, I believe he's in P3, he's under pressure from Nobby Norris possibly. Maybe it's Nobby Norris under pressure from Lee, I can't remember who is ahead of who. But anyway, there's a battle going on between the two of them, and Lee's winning out. Ross trying to go down the inside of Nobby Norris into the next chicane. Nobby Norris giving the room, and Ross makes a really nice move there. And Lennon's under pressure from Blue Flag, who's trying to go round the outside towards the first Lesgo, and I think he has managed it. And Lennon's close to going momentarily as well. Blue Flag moves himself up into P6, Lennon dropping down the order slightly. Now he's got Fever directly behind him, as he's very, very close to the back of Lennon. Keep an eye on Fever can make a move past Lennon as well. Lennon has lost 3 places already. There's Ross trying to go down the inside of Leopold as well. Towards there, and he is. Ross is up into P2. Blue Flag battling with Nobby Norris as well. So Blue Flag moves himself up past Nobby Norris up into P5. Lennon's under pressure from Fever. Fever trying to get past Nobby Norris, is trying to come back at Blue Flag as well in the process. So Nobby Norris and Blue Flag battling, Fever and Lennon battling as well as they drag race down towards Parabolica. Nobby Norris very wide and off the track. Down to P8, P9 he might go, P10 even, possibly. As he's going under pressure now from Peatman, I think, as well. So Lennon is trying to come back at Blue Flag now. Ross is up into P2, as I said. So we're going to be trying to chase after the current race leader, who is Red. Red ain't nearly a third of the way through here. Under pressure, Lennon now from Pagani. That's him, Finky's went wide. And that's going to be Blue Flag who gets past him. Lennon gets past him as well. I'd imagine Pagani is going to get past him as well, possibly on the rundown, as it'll be such a disadvantage in straight line speed. As you can see, Pagani is making his way through. And Finky is, well, Pagani. Oh, Pagani does a dummy actually. Oh, what a move! What a move! Does the dummy, feeds him a dummy. And looks like he's going to go to the outside, switch to the inside at the last second and gets it done. I'm sure Pagani will be happy I caught that one straight, I'm sure. There we go, up into P6, excellent move by Pagani. And now Lennon's P5, Blue Flag's P4, Lee's P3, it's Ross still P2. Red has 2.7 seconds in the lead of this race. It's a big chunk of time. Can anyone close it? It's not been noticed down at the back of the field. Rob Elson's in P14 now. He's got past SVY. Now he's back behind SVY by quite a bit actually as well. For seconds. I don't know what's happened to him. So it's unsafe SVY. There's Peatman, P11. Aaron. Oh, big train here. That's Aaron, T. Smith, Bieber, and I think Lennon and Finky and Pagani is at the head of it in P5. He is indeed. There you go. T. Smith and Bieber going at it. P8 and P9. Watch it now from head on. The lead car in this battle, Pagani. As Unsafe and Rom are battling as well now. Pagani become very defensive. Finky trying to come back at Pagani. And Finky racing with some of the big guns here. And it's a brakes latest. Oh, and Finky, oh, he's contact. I think that was with Lennon, possibly. The road drops down to P9, some contact there. See then Finky and Lennon at the apex of turn 1. Looks like going nicely in P4 at the moment. Red has a shocking first sector, I think, here. As his times look alright for the last 2 laps. Very good for the last 2 laps. He's had a shocking first sector, I think, here. Which is why it's down to 1.1 seconds. So Ross does have, it's at 1.9 seconds, which is a huge chunk of time. Penalties to get rid of. In the background, there's a lot of smoke there. Sand looks picked up. And Finky's been under pressure here, I think, from SVY and Aaron. SVY down the inside. Oh, it's going to get very close. Aaron's down the inside as well. Good move from Aaron and SVY there. And then Finky comes down the order. Now he's been sandwiched between Lennon and Fieber. And Finky down all the way down to P11 there on the exit. Bit of a mess through there at the moment. A lot of cars, difficult to see who's who and who is where at the moment. All I know is Finky's down at P13. He's been absolutely swarmed through that couple of corners there. So everyone's making their way up past Finky. And now it's SVY, this little group. Aaron, they go down the inside of SVY. So Lennon's outbroke himself. And he's been reset. Go back to this lead, and they're kind of hovering out just outside slipstream range or inside. And know it from Bread. Only 6.5 minutes left. At the moment, the top 3 have got a bit of a gap actually. 2 seconds behind, and a full 1.5 seconds back to Pagani, T. Smith, and then it's this big group: SVY, Aaron, Rom, Bieber. That behind. So here we go. What happens here? When does Ross try and take the lead off of Red here? I can see a massive drop off in lap time there from Red. Lap 4. All of a sudden Lee found some pace, 54.8 from nowhere. Struggled, I think, last week in the first race here with this car. I did say I don't think it says type of car really, to adapt slightly. Ross has got rid of a little bit of slipstream, got rid of a little bit of that penalty as well. And only slipstream of Red. So, well, Ross on the inside. It was one of those ones. It was kind of hovering on the inside, as opposed to actually doing anything. That's what the axis is going to happen. Over it or doing that kind of hovering look, backed out. Almost busting into those hovering on the inside of someone. Crash. Ross breaks very early. get rid of a penalty, and he actually got rid of very, very little. As everyone is going to be catching back. Oh God, look at this. Oh, them Finkies went wide. Look at that big melee behind with SBY the lead from Aaron, and the thing is, they are getting very, very far adrift from T Smith now, 3.5 seconds, which I think is due to all of this battling that they're doing at the moment. SBY, Aaron, Rom, unsafe, Bieber keeping on this big cluster and all fighting amongst themselves at the moment. So I think this front of this group, P7, might be the best that any of these can hope for, barring any major incidents in front of them, because of that battling they're doing at the moment. As you can see, visibly the gaps are coming down between the top 5 here, so they're all starting to close in on the leaders, and they've all had a bit of a dodgy lap against just slightly. Ross is getting rid of tons of penalty behind Bread. He's been very strategic in working that well. And in the process, still got fastest laps. He's flying at the moment, Ross. Had a lot of pace sometimes, Ross, but he just tends to make mistakes. Hopefully doesn't this time. There's going to be 2 laps remaining here as Ross gets rid of some of the final bits of penalties. Only 2 attempts left now. Rico has the same amount. Blue flag is now in just outside slipstream range of Rico, but near enough there. Pagani is now 4 seconds away from the lead. T Smith looks slightly quicker than Pagani, though Pagani doesn't seem to have their right pace around here at the moment. Aaron is now in P7 ahead of SBY, but he's now at the head of this cluster, which means he's now very, very vulnerable to absolute melee drama that can happen now towards turn 1, and he's been at the head of it, but they'll be very nice. None of them made any moves, which is very unlike them all. They're all sitting tight for the moment, but I imagine in the next lap things will start to heat up with them, and there'll be 2 laps to go, and this battle between a lot of these guys will start to heat up. As you can see, Pagani and T Smith have lost a lot of time for the leaders, so that's Red has picked up a second penalty, which is not good news for him. So all 3 have a bit of penalty to contend with here. Red now has the most after looking pretty in terms of the penalty situation, with Ross having like 2 seconds. Ross has managed to get rid of it near enough all now, and he will, I'd imagine, rid of it all. Let's enter on to the last lap. He just needs to make sure he doesn't pick a penalty up on the last lap, which is easily done around here. And he still has that little bit of a task of trying to get past his challenger for the win. Red. Now Ross has got rid of the penalty. Oh, God, by Red is very wide there. I'm sure he'll pick up a penalty. I don't think you do pick up a penalty for that. So, here we go. The battle for the lead as they enter onto the last lap in about 10 seconds time. And Breads went very wide, which isn't going to help much. And Ross is already passed, and then it'll be a drag race down towards turn 1. But Bread's going to go back in the slipstream of Ross, and it's going to be a drag race down towards turn 1. Lee's still in P3, but he's under pressure from Blue Flag. Bread's going to come back at Ross, but then needs to get rid of some of his penalty, so he sits in behind. Blue Flag down the inside of Lee, but he needs to get rid of some penalty as well, as Lee Cole's got rid of his, I think. Near enough, but oh, Lee Cole's picked up 1.5 seconds, so Blue Flag now has basically P3 wrapped up if he can get round the track. Alright, this lap, Ross is in the lead. He won a race last season, if I remember, but this is going to be for another race win, and yet another different race winner. It's going to be the season where we have the most race winners, I can guarantee that. This new setup, as you can see, the guys in the back with this rolling start, they cannot get through the pack anywhere near as quick. The lead ones kind of from the back of the pack is Pagani, who's P5. They're struggling to get through the pack anywhere near as quick as last season, and that means that people that are further up the order that finish at the back of race 1 have a real opportunity to get a podium. And as you can see, it's Ross, Bread and Blue Flag, and none of them even finished in the top 8 of the first race. So that's just showing you, as Bread gets rid of most of his penalties, he's only got a 10th left. But Ross only has one straight to go. Blue flag is currently in P3. He's under pressure from Lee on track, but in terms of penalties, it's going to be very straightforward. But Ross in towards Parabolica they go. Red gets rid of the last bit of penalty, and sadly for him, Ross is coming around Parabolica now. Red's got a great exit, but sadly it's not going to be enough, and Ross is going to take race 2, so massive congrats to him. Red with a great P2 finish. Blue flag takes P3 from Lee in P4. Pagani the best of the back markers to get through the pack. P5, T Smith P6, Rom P7, then it was Aaron, then SPY, then Bieber, unsafe P11, then Peatman, Nobby Norris, then Finky, and Lennon down P15. So there we go. Once again, difficulties getting through the pack, and Ross comes out victorious. I don't know why he's wearing a suit. I don't know, like an actual literal suit. Not sure. There we go. So, can we once again get 3 different winners? I think it's going to become a theme of this season by the look of it. Looks like it anyway, at the moment. Interesting to see if race 3 is quite as close as race 1 and race 2. Race 1 was under a 10th between the two of them, and I think race 2 was 2 tenths between the two of them. Top 2, so can't get much closer than that for the first 2 races. Medium tyres only. Tyre wear is on. There isn't any fuel depletion. There is tyre wear, unlike the last 2 races, so everyone will get their cars very soon, hopefully, and then we can get the grid set up. Everyone's got 3 cars now, so range of cars as usual. So we've got the BMW, quite a few of them. We've got the Hyundai, we've got the Aston Martin for Tom, we've got the Lexus for quite a few. We've got some Mercedes. Said the Lexus. Oh, they're Tenza. I was wondering what unsafe driving there for a second. For some reason from the back, how did I not gather that was in a Tenza then for unsafe driving? I don't understand that. No, I don't know. It's been a long day. Anyway, they're Tenza. And then we've got the, I said the Lexus, the Porsche, that was the other one. I forgot, didn't actually go on board to see the Porsche. The Aston Martin of T Smith, still got that livery. So yeah, there will be cars here that will love this track, the Group 3, but then you'll have the Mazda Tenza, which will be fantastic through the corners and through the 2 Lesmos and things like that, but when it comes on the straight it will be an absolute sitting duck. So that is what I mean. There will be tracks that certain cars will be better suited to. This is a turn of the faster top speed cars to have some fun, and they'll do well here. If the slow cars in a straight line lose a slipstream, they will really struggle in this race. You don't want to lose slipstream around here if you're in a slow car. Really affect your race. So everyone's in the same livery they were last week. They changed their livery entirely. Or cat red. for everyone's livery. I'm seeing most, I recognise most. I'd say Police is quite nice, I must say. Like that white, red and black combination on the Mazda. It's very nice. Nice lines on that. Very nice. A lot of lovely, lovely liveries this season. Pagani always got decent livery. Always very, very bright. Likes the yellow, does Pagani. Likes those. It's using a little bit of colour. Classic liveries. So I'd say 40 minutes will be rolling start again, and it's reverse championship. So whoever is in the lead of the championship, which I actually haven't checked yet, so I shall do that now. I said it would be last season. Oh, it's Pagani actually. I didn't actually. Oh yeah, it's Pagani and SVY that are level on points, so it's going to be Pagani because of. He's had a pole position. Both had one win, but he's had a pole position, so that's why he's in the lead. So he's going to be at the back. That'll be him. I think he will be at the front. Yeah. Well, I shall not be in Think at the front, it'll be Lennon at the front actually. Because Lennon wasn't here last week actually. Forgot about that, so it will be Lennon actually, well, I'd expect. So we've got 40 minutes. I think it'll be Lennon at the front. Pagani at the back. So go all good. Oh, very nicely done. Will we see any more mental results coming in after some unexpected results? Well, I wouldn't say Ross winning is unexpected. He went very well. He was good. He dominated that race there. Passed very, very easily. Control there. Down towards turn 1. Lennon. Good point. Lennon doesn't agree with himself. Yeah, thank you. That's messy. Obviously, Peatman, I think he's gone. I think he looks like he's not accelerated off the corner at all. What has happened there, but that Porsche just looked like it didn't accelerate at all. It was like a half a second delay on speeding up, which is meant nobody else is through, and now Peatman is also trying to get through into the first chicane. Oh dearie me, Peatman's a bit messier towards there. I don't think he's now back up into P2. Very, very messy couple of corners for those lot. Rom is it was P5, it's now P4. So Rom is quick, so if he can get through pretty quickly, he should be doing well as Ross tries to squeeze through Peatman. And Ross moves himself up into P5. That was a clumsy move from Ross, but it worked. Unsafe release moves up on Peatman as well. Peatman coming back at unsafe. Peatman's got a little bit of slipstream ahead. An unsafe release. Always get nervous when people hover on the inside like that. Then you feel like he's going to end up in the guy behind him like spinning, hovering on the inside. Unsafe release looking to come back at him again now. Aaron's right behind as well. Unsafe release down the inside at Parabolica. I think that's got it done. Aaron now going to move possibly at some point as well here. So everyone's on medium tyres, so there's no variation of tyres. Red's down to P10. No, Brett actually started out of that position. Brett had like a great week last week. Getting into the last race. So it's Brett and Pagani, then SPY. All having a look. Brett in a bit of a sandwich here. Brett, oh Jesus Christ, Aaron! Oh God! Oh, that popped out alright. I'm assuming Aaron has got stop there or something. Oh, he's been a bit of a mistake. Anyway, he's down at P13 now. Sadly for him. That was nearly very close to being a big accident. Nicely through that. Oh God, Nobby Norris was close. Nobby Norris done a P14 now. Lee's had a massive moment somewhere. He's done a P50. Lennon still leads. He's got 3.5 seconds as well. What the heck? Lennon has found some pace. It's 3.5 seconds in the lead. This is what happens though with what can happen in these Group 3 races. Get away very quickly. Oh dearie me. That's Rom is P2, then we've got Ross currently P3, Unsafe P4, T-Smith P5. Oh, put a little bit wide next to Sky. Then P6 from Red and P7. Making some mistakes. Red kind of round the outside of Peatman. That's not going to be easy around Parabolica. Though, mind you, he's just about on the track still. Very, very close to completing that move there. And he's done well to hold that round the outside. Now, for some reason, T-Smith is going very aggressively on the right-hand side. Now, Pagani is going down the inside. It's nearly 3 wide. Pagani down the inside of both of them. Brett's lost. Oh, I thought Brett had a really big moment on entry. Oh, gee, Jesus Christ. That Brett and Nobby Norris. Or was it? Who was it? Brett and Nobby Norris? I think it was Brett and Nobby Norris. Something happened on the exit of the corner. One of them went into each other and they both slid out. I think it was Brett and Nobby Norris. But yeah, there's all contact in this race anyway. But I think it's more accidental. Nothing that anyone is particularly caused. I think that was more just a racing incident on the exit, if anything else. Lennon 2 now ahead of Ross is just behind. It's still unsafe. T-Smith and Pagani, SY and Aaron. So it's kind of the top 9 you would expect now. It is really kind of the top 9 you would expect. Well, Lennon does have the odd good race. You kind of expect Lennon to be around about then, but all behind Lennon, it's definitely all the big guns that you always expect here. Lennon's one of those characters that has an excellent race every so often. He pulls out a bit of a shock result. Maybe that might be tonight. He does do it, and everyone knows Lennon has that shock result where he'll come out from nowhere and get pole, and everyone's a bit like, what? It's kind of the way Lennon is in GT. Ross is right behind Rom. The thing is that's a bit of an issue for Ross here is Rom is not really getting anywhere in terms of Lennon. I mean, he's kind of closed it by about 3 times over the last 2 laps, but it's not really going anywhere really particularly fast. And I think Ross kind of can realise that there's going to be people behind going quicker. And really Rom needs to get a bit of a move on here. Get in the zone. Just to say that, he's got purple through sector 1 and took about 2-3 times at 11 through sector 1. It's kind of more like it from Rom. Garney, under a bit of pressure from SPY. These two, it's good to see, have a bit of history. Aggressive sometimes between those two. SPY interested in passing this straight, though I think it might be slightly different for this next straight. That will go through. Parabolica. I'm expecting to make a move now. Move on that straight as they are Gary under pressure here. This is why we're having a look as well. Bieber trying to get penalty, backs off penalty. Garney still leads SBY. Oh, a little bit squirmy there, aren't we? As a corner though, but they do tend to be quite squirmy on because the kind of nature of the corner and the tractions and also they're on medium tyres, which aren't the most grippy. So that's just one of the reasons why. I've been trying to get past blue flag. Anyone who knows that blue flag isn't always the easiest thing. It's usually pretty hard. You could be 2 seconds a lap back on the blue flag, and it's like trying to get past a bloody boat. You just parks it, makes it gigantic, it just puts it in all the right places. Most of us had experience have been quite a bit quicker than blue flag points and not getting past them. You're struggling to taking this lap after lap after lap. Very, very good at defending blue flag. I'm sure Aaron will be getting more and more frustrated at the thought of being stuck behind blue flag much longer. So we'll stick on board. Assuming I've got pass and start finish straight. If there was ever a track you probably wanted behind blue flag, probably be this one because it's so easy to overtake. I wouldn't want to be behind him in Goodwood or something like that, for example, or Bathurst, or something like that. Put it that way. Now, McLaren have the pace down the straight here. Bear in mind, Aaron's in a BMW, not stacked with practice in the straight line. Okay. Right. That's a bit surprising. Instead of overtaking him, I've dropped it in. So. Gonna work together possibly. Now, very close once again between Pagani, SBY and Bieber. It's a good little battle here. Possibly 3 of them. And it was the first chicane as we're a quarter of the way through. Race. Past the lap of Smith, 27.3. 7 laps quicker than good ball, that's a good time. 7 seconds quicker. It's a difference between further idea was difference, slight difference in tyre compounds. Not slightly more than that, probably more about 8 seconds. Garney under pressure again from SBY. Garney knows how to do pressure. A little bit at the moment from SBY. Well, I think Fever might just be more about a bit of a watching brief at the moment, just sitting there, keeping an eye on things. Let them get on with it. Start finish straight. Nice exit for SBY. Very nice exit for SBY. And the slipstream, we go. Start finish straight aggressively. They're on the right hand side, cut off the social section. Look at the SUI goes out to the outside. Here we go. Feber trying to get past SUI as well with a double slipstream. Feber isn't getting involved in this, is he? This is entertaining to watch this. Driving impeccably well, putting the cars in the right place here. I don't blame people for not wanting to get involved in this, to be honest. I think I'd probably do the same thing as SBY now tries to go down the inside of the chicane. This is ballsy. That's ballsy. Oh, Pagani a little bit out of shape. Is Fever going to get past as well? He is indeed. And SBY moves himself up into P6. Makes a move back through the chicane. Unsafe 5th at the moment. Smith sits a new fastest lap the last twice. Makes it 47.3, 47.2. Ross also has done a 47.3 and it's been overtook though by. Oh no, he's not been overtook by Rob, sorry. That was how they were. Apologies. They're still sitting pretty nicely and they're closed up to 1.7 seconds. But Lennon isn't going quite as fast as the guys behind, though he is going very consistently. If you can keep up that 48s and the low 48s, that's a good pace. And as you can see, he's just done a 47.8. So that's a good pace from Lennon, and that's the kind of pace that's going to see him finish in the top 3, top 4 here. Might not get the race win, as they are going a little bit quicker behind, but if you can keep that those 47.7s, you never know. But he's doing good here, Lennon, and this is what I mean with Lennon. He comes out of the bag sometimes with these results, and this pace kind of is a bit surprising, because he doesn't put that much effort into GT. He does put a bit in, but as you can see, he didn't even know what car he was using for the controls. So that's what I mean by that. But he is quick, very quick at points. He's done a 1.2 seconds though. Yeah. Unsafe is P5. SY, Fever and Pagani is right in the back of Fever now again. I'm sure Pagani is wanting revenge for SY getting past him. And there's blue flagging that poor Aaron. There's ever a sight you can relate to more, it's having right now, seeing the rear of blue flagged car. Still only 12 seconds off the lead though from P10. Oh, Peatman is. That's the exit of the second Lesmo. So a bit of an incident with the sand. They grab him on the outside. So, unfortunately for Peatman, he's lost a chunk of time. There's a massive gap there between Aaron and Peatman. Nobby Norris P12. Lee Cole, God almighty. Nobby Norris is went wide and Lee Cole has followed him off as well. Lee Cole is very out of sorts. He's not getting to grips with either of his cars, I don't think really yet. Right, definitely. Past Lee Cole. Nearly in slipstream range. Oh, Robin Ross. Oh, Lennon. T. Smith is far behind either. Then comes unsafe. And then this trio, who's now led by Fever, which now means what do we have here? Oh, they're back together again. It's Ryan Pagani, who comes around 75. Question is, will Aaron get past that? Get past blue flag at any point during this race, or will he be stuck there for the entirety? Well, could do something in the pit stops, as the pit stop window has now opened for the next 10 minutes, I believe. So you can pit between now and 15 minutes. So, who's going to be first? This is the first available lap, really. You can pit. Oh dear, Pagani's very good next to Sky. There's a lot of run up on the exit there. Very lucky. Pace by the 4. None of them come in. T-Smith left it very late though last time, so I didn't know come in. Oh, who's that? Pagani? It is. I think Pagani, what Pagani's going to do here is going to try a bit of an undercut. Aaron and Blue Flag are both in as well. Now, they will come out near enough side by side again. Now, Pagani's going to try this undercut. Now, could have been hoping they're battling a little bit. He's going to jump Pagani, I'm imagining. What's happening with Aaron? Now, they're going to come out just behind Lee Cole. And Aaron is coming out behind Blue Flag. Oh. Bit Aring is ruining that he just messed that corner up as well. Didn't mess it up quite as much as Blue Flag, but he'd have got that corner right, he'd be past Blue Flag right now into us this next chicane. But he might still, as he's got the slipstream, and he's very, very close. Blue Flag is going to try it. Oh, Aaron's not ballsy, he's not going for it. I think he thought that was a little bit too risky there. He didn't want to do it. Look, Pagani is P8 now. Oh, unsafe. What's happened with unsafe? He's been overtook by Feber now. Is unsafe had a moment somewhere here? He isn't going anywhere near as quick as Feber in all fairness. So whether it's just pace, I'm not entirely sure. It might just be pace or unsafe or a mistake somewhere. I'm overtaking as SBY goes down the inside. A bit late from SBY, but it's alright. Lennon in the pits, was that? And T. Smith, I think, as well. Rob and Ross carry on, so do these three. T. Smith and Lennon in the pits. Now, it'll be interesting to see what happens when these two come out in relation to Lennon and T. Smith. Lennon was ahead of them. These two are still sitting beside each other. And then we've got Fever now, who's ahead of Unsafe and SUI. Fever, once again, going quite well. Lennon, as you can see, out ahead of T. Smith. 2.8 seconds is the gap, so that's the same as when they come in, obviously. So, at the moment, you would imagine Roman Ross would come out just behind Lennon, in between Lennon and Unsafe. Pagani is the big F here. What happens when he comes in? What pace can he do in relation to what pace that... Oh dear. Let's see. It's not going to help Pagani at all. He's going to pick up a penalty for that, I'd imagine. Second. Right, he's done a 48 flat on his last lap. Now, SVY and Fever are still going quicker than that here. So, I can't see Pagani jumping them. If anything, that might probably be a little bit extended now. Let's have a look at the front two. We're still Rom and Ross since Lennon came into the pits, and they're still right beside each other, as they have been for the race, really. And one of them's coming. Oh no! Oh! I think Rom is coming in. Ross didn't look like he wanted to come in, and I think he saw Rom come in and then thought at the last second, I'm going to follow him in. That's what that looked like to me. Now, what did they do on their out lap? Lennon has... the gap's closed slightly between Lennon and T. Smith, but not particularly much. I'm fully expecting Lennon to come back out in front of these two, and they do. Now, where T. Smith? No, T. Smith is. They're coming out ahead of T. Smith. Now, Rom is still coming out in front of Ross, as you would expect, because they didn't put any fuel in or anything. There's no fuel depletion. Well, there we go. It's as you were. Lennon, Rom, Ross, and T. Smith. This is to the end now. This is the pit stop done. Now, the top three are not in those positions net. They just haven't pitted yet, these top three. And Fever is now outside of slipstream range in terms of from unsafe. We've got a little bit of penalties to give up here. Unsafe with the most. Fever still lapping in the 47.8s. We'll see what Lennon can do. Now he's back in some clean yet. He's going to be under pressure from Rom here as they are in slipstream range now. And Pagani is just done his quickest lap of the race, 47.6. So he's now matching or ever so slightly quicker than who he's racing against, Fever, Unsafe and SBY. And what happens when Fever, Unsafe and SBY come in? I still think Pagani might be coming up behind them, to be honest. I don't think he's went quick enough to undercut them. Wide again, Pagani, and that might be it. I don't think that'll get a penalty. Get away with going wide there on the exit. Now, two of them are in. Unsafe and SVY are coming in from P2 and P3. Lennon's been overtook by Rom already. It's going to get a bit messy in towards this corner. I kind of want to see where Pagani comes out, but we're going to see what that happens with this into turn 1, which is now Rom, Lennon and Ross. Rom is currently in P2. Lennon's going to try and come back at him. Rom is going to manage it nicely, so it's as you were. What happens with Pagani? Well, does Pagani come out? He comes out just behind Unsafe, which means he comes out behind SVY as well. Unsafe Release trying to get to grips with his new tyres though, and Pagani is going to go round the outside, and he isn't quite going to have the pace. Pagani is going to have the slipstream, and you would think he might think about a move here. It's important for Pagani gets this past someone SVY to get away possibly. Pagani thinking about a move still. Unsafe Release. Oh, he's a little bit all over the shot there. Pagani can't really do anything. Yeah, it's a little bit too tight. Difficult to overtake around this part of the circuit. That means Fieber is going to come out ahead of SVY, you would imagine. Maybe ever he decides he wants to come in. He's doing well out front at the moment, Fieber. P5 behind T Smith. This battle for the lead is going to be very entertaining though, as it's a 3-car battle at the moment, but T Smith is very close. It's a 4-car battle really. Roman Ross have both won tonight. Lennon and T Smith haven't. Can continue this every week, having 3 different winners. As Fieber comes in now, with 16 minutes remaining. Kind of doing similar to what Tom did last week. Rome, his personal best lap. He's going to be under pressure here from Lennon. Let's go down the inside. He's having a look again at Rom. Keeps ahead. It's very tight between these. They're all running a pretty similar pace here now, because Lennon's got a little bit of slipstream now, which is helping him slightly. I think they were slightly quicker than him a lot of the lap paces, but that slipstream's helping him just slightly. Ross is now trying to go past Lennon. Trying to hold it off. It's very tight between the two of them. Getting the muscles out. Lennon, I think, has held this. He has indeed. Has Rom got away? That's the question. Has Rom got away? No, he hasn't, I don't think. As T Smith has actually nipped through on Ross. I never even saw that there. I was paying attention. I was trying to pay attention to Rom for a second there. Seeing the gap between them, I didn't even notice that Ross has been overtook by Tom. Ross needs to get back into this. Goes in. It's T Smith now in suction range of Lennon. Fieber doing very nicely in P5 as well here. And he's directly behind Ross now. He's only 1.7 behind him. 14 minutes to go. Fieber can get another decent result here. Lennon's back for the selection range of Rom, which is important. T Smith, selection range as well, obviously. Unsafe Release. We'll come back at Pagani. Pagani's managed to overtake him in the last lap at some point. Let's let Pagani that in a moment, just kind of eased off early to the unsafe bit, penalty. In order, so Aaron is ahead of both right now, which I'm sure you're very pleased about. Bread's P11, yeah, right there. P10's P12, that's Nobby Norris, Lee, and Frankie's P15. T Smith has got past Lennon. Watching something else, so it's now Rom against T Smith. Battle for the win. Lennon's still in P3 to podium place, which I'm sure you're thrilled about. Still 30 minutes to go though, and he's got Ross, Fieber, and SVY coming behind. So, what will happen here? Who's going to win? In the podium positions. Rom he's had Ross to contend with for quite a bit most of this race so far, and then he had to get past Lennon, and now he's got T. Smith directly behind him. I'm sure Lennon will not be giving this up easily as he's right behind T. Smith. T. Smith is going to start pulling his way back in at Rom's gap as he's in slipstream now. As you can see, he's closing under 6 attempts now between the two. Lennon is going to come and try and come back at T. Smith, then he thinks better of it and sits in behind. Still 12 minutes to go in this race. Anything can happen. Ross is getting a little bit detached actually from this. He's dropping further behind, and Feber is closing in, and so is SVY. He's bringing SVY with him. So Feber and SVY are closing in on Ross, and the front three are getting more and more away from Ross. So looks like it's between those three at the moment: Mom, Tom, and Lennon. Nearly into the last 10 minutes, the last quarter of the race. When does Tom think about a move? Looks like Tom is quite a bit quicker at the moment. As you can see, he goes in very quickly into the back of them, picking them all off. Does he go for it early, or does he wait for the last couple of laps everyone else has done? Does he have that amount of pace advantage that he can get past and get away? It's the trickiest track to do it in, to get away from someone. Straight from here, opportunities to the slipstream, so it'll be interesting to see. Lennon's just going to try and keep in this slipstream, I'd imagine, for as long as humanly possible, trying to see if he can stick with them. What does Tom do here? Does he just obstruct him? Does he try and overtake? I can confirm he's going to try and overtake as he pulls through the inside. Here we go. To wheel in towards turn one. Tom, I think he's going to have this. Straight forward. Oh, Tom outbroke himself. Oh, Tom's messed that up. Oh dearie, dearie me. Oh dear. Rom gets back in the lead. Lennon back in P2. Now, Tom has missed the season, so we can forgive him for being a little bit rusty. It's an unlike Tom mistake. He goes for the overtake and he outbroke himself quite a bit. And Rom just very easily said, "Thank you very much, I'll have that back." Oh, have you noticed Feber, Rom and SBY, Ross and SBY have come together on the track. Feber now in P4, Ross P5, SBY P6 as well. We're watching that battle for the lead. So, quick peek at what's happening here. SBY with his fastest lap of the race, and all of a sudden seems to be going very, very quickly. Now he's got some clean air and someone to chase after. He's stuck behind in that battle with Pagani and Fever for quite a while. Ross picked up a penalty there. I feel like since so is SBY in fairness, so Fever's only didn't pick up a penalty during that. Ross trying to come back at Fever. P4 will be another good result for Fever after he won last week. From a very, very close season. SCY's very close as T. Smith has got past Lennon, but stick on board and watch this. SCY trying to go down the inside of Ross. Oh, it's going to be very close, very tight. Ross has the inside line. SY, oh, he's sliding around the outside. He's not going to get that, unfortunately for him. And Ross sticks in front, defending very nicely there. And as I said, T. Smith is back into P2. Now he can chase back after Rom. Can he bring Lennon with him? Lennon will try, I'm sure he's damnedest, to catch up to Rom as well. It will not be easy round here. That back up. I'm sure they can do some bump drafting here down the straights. cracking laps here to catch back up to Rob and see if he can pass him. Fever is not too far behind as well. He's now outside a slipstream range of Ross, who's now under pressure from SEY again. I think it's more of a matter of time here where SEY gets past Ross at the moment. Down towards a straight SEY. Closing in quickly. I think he'll wait for the next straight now. Or not, he's going to go down the other side here. Contact made on the apex. SVY gets past and Ross will come back at him here. To the start finish straight. That's usually why everyone waits for the start finish straight. What's happening here? Oh no, T-Swift and Lennon are fighting now. T-Swift will not want them to fight here. So there's no point in fighting them because they're going to try and catch back up to Rob here. That's the whole point of that. Probably better work together. Lennon just wants to get back past Ross. Bad exit, SUI round the outside. Here they go. Behind for the time being, not able to get past Bieber, still closing in ever so slightly in Lennon, who still has slipstream off of T-Smith, and T-Smith is closing back up into. I wouldn't be surprised at the moment at the pace Bieber's going, and this could become a 4-car battle for the lead by the end of the race. That could happen here, as Rom is now lapping Finky. Getting out the way. Seconds now between Fever and Ross. Lennon's lost. Oh no, sorry. Between Lennon and Fever. Fever lost. Lennon's lost quite a bit of time now. Oh, that was a lap and think. I'm not sure what happened. This Fever is rapidly closing in now. You can see all the top 4 there in a line. And there is going to be minutes 20 to do. To be 4 more laps there will be, I think, 4 more laps here. After this lap there'll be 3 more to go until the end. So here we go. Let's see. T-Swift is closing back in. He's nearly in slipstream range again. Lennon is not in slipstream range. I think the best Lennon can hope for now is P3, but he does have a charging Fever coming at him. Probably best bet for P3 at the moment. The pace Fever is going significantly quicker than Lennon at this point. These two start fighting up front though. You never know what can happen. It could be Lennon or Fevers here. See what happens. Ross still in P6 now after this rise. Unsafe is P7 from blue flag at P8. Gani lap 15, he's on a 154.8 and he's dropped off massively in the 48s now. The high 48s of that. Don't know what's happened to him. Aaron's in P10. He's struggling to place as well. Lennon's all over the shot there. Lennon has ended up in the gravel somehow at the exit of Parabolica, which is mean Fever has got through up into P3 already, and he's not even had to overtake anyone, so he's up into P3. Sadly for Lennon, he's made a mistake and he's lost that P3. Can he get back at Fever? I doubt it. Fever's going very quickly at the moment. Lennon just needs to try and consolidate that P4. Actually, but no, there'll be, yeah, but all 2 laps after this, there will be. actually. Will only be a lap. Not sure if we'll see the end of this lap. Trying to work out while watching this isn't working. Rom is under a lot of pressure now from T-Smith. He's got right back up to him and he's now found slipstream range again. Fever's 2.1 seconds behind. He's got ahead of Lennon and out of slipstream range already. Now he's going to watch these two. He's closing in on these two, and these two will start fighting. Now I think this is going to be very tight. These two might possibly get another 2 laps. It's very, very tight between the two. I don't want to call that if they're going to get another lap or not. It's going to be very, very tight because there's a couple of seconds delay between when it finishes. If we were to look now, you would say they wouldn't get another lap. But I say there's a bit of a delay. But whether there's that much of a delay, I think this might be the last lap. I don't think there's that much of a delay. And T-Smith is going to get past here, down towards the inside, especially if they're going to battle here. Then, if they're going to battle and Rom's going to try and hold it round the outside, I don't think he's going to be able to do anything there. T-Smith covers him off very nicely. Expertly done by T-Smith. And T-Smith up into P1 on the last, what I imagine is going to be the last lap with the tight. Rom P2. Weber is P3. And he is still catching. He's absolutely flying. Remember, he pitted later than everyone else. So this race has come to him at the end. As you can see, he's absolutely flying and he's acing every apex in the moment. It's not going to be quite enough, I'd imagine, unless they get another lap and these two start fighting again. You never know. But Fever will get another lap, actually. There's no way Fever's getting another lap. I don't even think the first two will get another lap. Lennon still P4, and I think he just wants this race to end now. He'll take that P4, I'm pretty sure. Bad great result for him. SUI P5, Ross P6, then it's unsafe. Blue flag, Pagani, Aaron, Bread, and then Nobby Norris, Nicole, and then Pinky is at the back. T-Smith, oh, he's 3 attempts clear. Yeah, this possibly will be the last lap, so if it is, Ron, when you get a move on. Rom's tried his hardest there. Now I think this will be the last lap. Yeah, it will be. T-Smith wins. Congratulations to him from Rom in P2. Weber for great P3 as well. Lennon with a P4. SUI P5. Ross P6. Unsafe is going to come home in P7. Then it will be Pagani who's rounding Parabolica now to start finish straight, and it's going to take P8. Blue flag is going to take P9 from Aaron and P10. Red's going to take P11, and then it's going to be Peatman. It's going to come home in P12. Nobby Norris is going to be P13. He's going to cross the line now. Then we'll come back to Nobby Norris and come around to Parabolica now. And it's going to be Nobby Norris P13 and Lee Cole P14. Go Nobby Norris crosses the line now, then P13, followed by Lee Cole, who rounds us off in P14. So there we go. Once again, 3 different winners. Each week there's been 3 different winners on the night. So, following the pattern at the moment, making it interesting, that's for sure. So, the first race was won by Rom, your second race was won by Ross, and your third race was won by T-Smith. So that rounds out this evening's action. Thank you very much again for joining me. I will mind what we've got next week as we... What is it? It's a special week. So it's the karting week next week. So yeah, we're going to have 5 12-lap races at Sardegna Seas, Tsukuba, Kyoto Miyabi, Maggiore Centre, and Red Bull Ring. Maggiore Centre reversed, actually. Red Bull Ring short. So 5-minute qualifying for race 1, and it's a reverse grid from every other race. Last time we did the cut, and it was a huge success. Everyone absolutely loved it, so thank you very much, and hopefully you join me. Probably be me next week. If not, it'll be Carl, but thank you very much for joining me, and have a nice night.